Hey guys, this is Pirate Forever. Just doing another Book of Shadows update. I know I haven't made a video in like a year, but mostly because excuse me, I've been focusing on my Book of Shadows, getting it done. I've been really anxious to get it done, and I really just haven't had the urge to make a movie. I'm sorry. But I've gotten almost my entire book done. I think I only have like 172 pages left, but I've mostly just planned out everything. So even if I didn't get it done, I know where it's gonna go. So I'm gonna go really fast, just because there's nearly, like 300 plus pages to go through. So we got my Book of Shadows title page. We have my dedication and blessings page. Wiccan read. More Wiccan read. Got Lou and Bridget, stories about them. We got Epona and Caradwin and stories about them. The places where I'm planning out, I just wrote what I'm putting there in the center. So I'm going to put the Wiccan and creation story right there. Earth, all about the element earth, element air, fire, water. Found my Sharpie and colored in my letters. So altar and tools. We got tools and more tools and like a complete pentacle, and my pictures are really cheesy, but I think they're cute. I did herbs, which I've gotten whenever I'm bored writing. I usually draw some pictures every now and then, so I've gotten a little bit farther in those. There we go, now we can see the whole book. And, sometimes I just feel like doodling and not inking and coloring. But that's all the herbs. See if I can skip ahead. There we go. I'm going to put trees and their meanings right here. Tree wood meanings. Got crystals going on that I took like I think 50 or 100 or something from my big book of crystals that I got, and I've put them all in here. Sorry if I'm not that enthusiastic, my goodness. I'm kind of tired, and I'm getting over a cold. But, like I said, I'm pretty much been spending time just putting in all the information, and then I was going to go back and do all the artsy-fartsy stuff. I have incenses, and I have them listed by name, and then listed by use. So if you need something to anoint with, you got a list of oils you can use there. Listed smudges, and then how to make a smudge fan, because I recently made one out of like dove feathers, or colored dove feathers, an owl feather, and like craft black feathers. I have my list of oils and their uses, more oils, candle colors, and a little bit of candle magic. And then I'm going to put a picture of a candle right there, pillar candle. They're my favorite. Over there I'm going to have planet meanings. Well, the more in-depth meaning of planets. I have sunset hours, and depending on the day, what that hour, like the planetary energy of that hour is. Information about each day of the week. Over here, I'm putting moon phases, and obviously I got bored and skipped it. Symbols and their names. I left space because I know I'm gonna forget like a lot. Like I forgot an ankh on there and what that means, so leave some space for more symbols. I'm gonna put sigils and how to use them over there. Got my alphabets, my title page for rituals, which isn't completely complete. Pre-ritual prep, which is basically how to cast a circle, how to cleanse a circle, cleanse yourself, stuff like that. Initiation ritual and oath. I have my solar wheel and my lunar wheel and the significance of the menstrual cycle and why it's important. ritual honoring my menstrual cycle, or the woman's menstrual cycle, is going to go there. And right here is my morning/evening devotional, which has, like, prayer and some chanting and stuff. Right here I'm going to put Yule prayer and history about Yule. This is my Yule page. I have stuff about Yule, and then its correspondences with some pictures that I colored. Obviously, that's the ritual. I had too much fun with this page. My 12 days of Yule, the little thing that I put on the internet. Excuse me. I'm like really burping up a storm. The rest of my 12 days of Yule, my page for Imbolc. The ritual page for Imbolc. Ostara, at the end I'm putting, Imbolc, prayer, and history and stuff. Ostara. Ritual, I'm still working on this one. Got 4-leaf clover going on. Got Beltane, which I still need to put in. Letha, which I still need to put in. Lunarsad, which I need to color and illustrate. I got Mabon. And Samhain. And then I have some prayers that are going to go there. And then on about.com, it had an article for each month in the Wiccan section. So I wrote down the paragraph for the month, put the some correspondences down, and then the ritual based on what that month is about and focuses on. And then I drew a picture for each month. So this is my names are like a mix of the Wiccan names and the Celtic names. So this is the quiet month, the ice month, wind month, which is March, growing month, which is April, bright moon, horse moon, mead moon. I haven't put this one in, but it's dispute moon, harvest moon, blood moon, which I gotta say is my favorite, just because I love Halloween and October. Dark moon, turn page, and cold moon. And then I still need to color in my little letter squares. After that, I got rituals like hand fasting that I'm going to put in, and boy to man, and wickening, and like croning, and funeral, which is Wiccans actually do have a funeral ceremony ritual that is called the crossing, when you cross over. Stuff about meditation. I'm going to put stuff about good spirits and not so good spirits, and seance, how to contact them. Stuff about spirit guides and how to contact your spirit guides. Lots of chants. More chants. Chants. My divination title page. This is symbols for divining, like their meaning. Say you're divining in tea leaves and you see a cat, and then you know what a cat means. Palmistry, so this is my palm map, and then I got all this from a website that I totally forget, but like it goes over the straightness and color of fingers and fingernails and mounds and what each line or mound means in correspondence with each other. Stuff about tea leaf reading, just your basics. Scrying basics, crystal ball techniques, runes and some rune spreads, numerology, earth or pentacle minor arcana, wand minor arcana, swords, cups, major arcana, some spreads, some more spreads, more tarot spreads, astrology houses, astrology symbols, what each sign means, and a picture to go with it. And I got all 12 of them in there. I'm going to do some common mythical creatures, that are common through all the cultures. I have the Shrieking Banshee, the dragon, which is approved by my dragon loving friend. I'm going to put a dwarf here, elf, fairy, gargoyles, which I'm really getting into right now. Doing some research on them. Kraken. I prefer, they have like a monkey, like where it's like a humanoid kraken, but I prefer the giant squid one. Griffin. I'm going to put a leprechaun here. My rendition of a mermaid, because I think that mermaids are more likely to have a dolphin tail since they're both mammals. We have a phoenix. I was going to put a satyr, also called a fawn, right here, the half man, half goat, pan looking creature. Sprites, unicorns, and then vampires and werewolves. And I was going to go over energy vampires in this one too. Animal totems, stuff about animal totems. Just, a list of all the animals, just in case my future children, have different animals. Stuff about astral projection, past life recall, which I just got a book for past life regression, how to find your past lives. Healing and remedies, which I'm most likely going to redo this page just because I don't care for it. You have the map of the chakras, why they're important, stuff about chakras, what they are, what they do. Chakra and what each individual one does, like the element it's associated with, its verb, area of the body, glands that it oversees, issues and challenges associated with that chakra, and what that chakra is meant to teach us. I'm gonna have some stuff about crystal healing, like how to, crystal grid maps, stuff, how to use a pendulum, like for divination and for healing. Herbalism, like how to make salves and tinctures and oils for aromatherapy and stuff. And then I have remedies for different ailments like anti-aging or Alzheimer's or anemia or blood pressure and all this other stuff. Bites and things. And then after all that, that's where I stopped. I think I'm going to have like 50 different ailments in here. Stay there. After all that is my spells and potions, and I stuck them in the back because that's the one thing that, like, say a stranger is in my house or whatever, and they accidentally see it, and it's like, ooh, Book of Shadows, there must be spells in there that I can use. The first thing they're going to go to is the spells, and they'll expect it to be up front, and hopefully by the time they get back here, besides the fact that them getting hit with my little defense thing and my dedication, they might also get tired of going through my book just to find the spells and potions. So I stuck them in the back for safekeeping. I'm probably not going to color the little doodads in the corners, but here's an idea for a border. Fonts. Definitely just look up crazy fonts on the internet, and usually they'll have like the alphabet, so you can use the different fonts. And I have 60 sheets, which means I have enough room for 120 potions and spells, which should be good enough in a lifetime. If you need more than that, go get yourself those encyclopedia of spells. But in the back, I've left 4 pages clear, which are for what I am entitling Night Filly Family Tree of Magical and Non-Magical Kin, which the first page is more like my family tree, and I'm trying to do some history, like research and stuff. And then on the other pages is going to be me and, magical friends that I've had, and, my spiritual family too. And just a place for future relatives or future children and stuff that want to become witches or whatever can have a reference to see all the other witches in their family and things. So that's pretty much my book. I know it's mostly just coloring and filling in spaces, but other than that, I am pretty much done. And it's only been like a year and a half, and I should be done by this October, which would make it like 2 years old, which is pretty awesome. And fun fact that I figured out, is that my book has kind of gotten a personality. Like, it won't do weird things, but whenever I'm working on it, I can feel something, like a personality. It's just like an aura or something. It is getting a spirit of its own, and it's kind of spunky and a bit of a smartass, and kind of lazy. But I still love it anyway. So, yep, that's my Book of Shadows. I hope you guys like it, and I really hope that it inspired a lot of you guys. I know whenever I'm in a rut, I love to see your guys' books of shadows, just because it gives me inspiration and kind of gets me motivated to work on mine. So definitely watch this video as many times as you need to. Ask me plenty of questions. I am willing to give you suggestions. And hopefully this has inspired you guys to work on your own books of shadows. So I'll see you guys later. Blessed be.